What's up, guys? This is Michael with Utah Custom Camo. Today we're going to give you a presentation on how to upgrade your Kevlar helmet with one of these ballistic helmet upgrade systems. We'll go ahead and show you what it's got on there. Inside the package you'll get 4 alcohol prep pads, a little bag full of hardware. You'll get these really tough velcro circles that go inside the helmet. You'll get a pad for the top of your head, for the back, the front, and then for each side. Also comes in the package is a new strap. The strap has little holes all like in the middle of it, as you can see. And then the harness system. This is where your chin goes right here, and these 4 straps get strapped inside. We'll go over all these pieces individually when it comes to it, but let's get to the helmet and show you what you need to do first. Alright, so you got your helmet. Now you're going to need some tools to work on the helmet. First thing you can use is just a typical screwdriver, flathead, or if to make your job a lot easier, a drill. The most important tool you'll need is going to be vice grips. And there's one part right at the beginning. You need to take off this screw right here, and it's a type of screw that it just spins around, so if you don't have something to hold on to it, it'll just continue to spin, and it's really a pain in the butt to get off without this. But I'll show you how to do it. That's the first thing you do. And there's a screw that I'm talking about. If you start spinning this other end right here, this thing will just spin around itself. So the way to get this off is you get those clamps and you put it right there on that guy. Alright, so you zip that piece off real quick. As you can see, there's a little hole there, and then just go ahead and get the next side. Do the same thing with that. On this one, when you spin it to loosen it out, this guy twists too. So sometimes that happens. That's because the paint, like on the other one, the paint had held it in place, so it gives you the torque that you need to twist it. So that's where your second one will come in play. Just a hand screwdriver, just hold it with one hand and uncrack it that way. Alright, so we popped off those 2 guys, and that releases the chin strap. And we're not going to be needing any of these parts, so you can go ahead and put them away. And basically these guys are going to be replaced with 2 other screws that go right back in the same spot. It just makes it a lot more flush because these things are a lot longer, so if you leave them in, they could get, possibly scrape your face when you take it on and off. So we're going to go ahead and replace these ones with something that's more flush, since we no longer need that strap. Alright, if your helmet's really clean, go ahead and just move on to the next step and install these guys. If it's a used one like mine, let's move on to the next step, because we're going to need to clean this guy out with some water, and we don't want to get water on these guys if we don't have to. So let's go ahead and take the rest of them off, and those come out pretty easy. You might want to start off with your screwdriver just to get them loose, and then zip them out with your drill. So we'll go ahead and move that step. Alright, so we got all these pulled off. We put them back together so we don't lose them. And we just take out your strap. Some of them will look like this one. Some of them will have a sweatband in it, just depending on what kind of model you have. But we're not going to need this anyway, so go ahead and put this with the other stuff. And then in my step, because this is a dirty helmet, I'm going to clean it out real nice, because you're going to want this as clean as you can get it for the next step, which is the velcro guys. Well, actually we'll put on these 2 guys before we put the velcro. just so we don't lose them. Alright, well I got this guy cleaned out as good as I can get. Just put some water in it, swish it around, get whatever debris you could off it. And what you want to do is hold on to these guys up here. These two you're not going to need, but you're going to need a few of these ones. I think you're going to need about 2 of them. So you probably want to pick out the best set you got if it's on a used helmet. You see some of them are chewed up from people tightening them and loosening them and whatnot. So get the 2 best ones you want and put those aside and hold on to those during this process in case you need them. But we're going to go ahead and install these 2 ones right here real quick. Whenever I'm putting screws to bolts or nuts or anything to do with this kind of stuff that has metal to metal friction, I always use all-temp tactical lube. It's the best stuff for your guns. It's great for anything like this. Basically, when this little applicator just comes out real easy, all you need to do is just put just a smidgen little drop in there, just enough to make it nice and tight when you put it on there. You might want to just put them back together again, and it'll give you enough on the edging there, and you'll never have to worry about it once you install this guy. All-temp tactical lube comes in these little 1-ounce bottles, or you can get them in these little filled kits. They come with 3 dry patches, 3 wet patches, and easy open pouch. It's all right there, enough to do more than 1 gun. So enough to do at least 3 guns, 1 gun for each patch, do you plenty. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way, so all you need to do is put just a little snippet in each one of these guys, and they'll be nice and lubed for the rest of their lives. You don't need to worry about them rusting out on you. You can get all-temp tactical lube at their website, alltemptacticallube.com, or you can go to Utah Custom Camo. There's a link there. Really great stuff. Now the trick to installing these guys is you want to first shove them in as far as you can, which probably doesn't go very far, but just enough so when you put the bolt in, it'll grab. And then you want to push with all your might on this end, and then use your gun to zip it in, and it'll squeeze in nice and tight and be flush. Alright, so we got it nice and flush in there, and that step's done. Now we need to get this cleaned out with your alcohol swab packs and get ready to put in your velcro circles. And when you're wiping these, you just want to wipe around down this area towards the back of the neck, and then the head part. You don't need to do the ear part and the front brim, because that's not really where the velcro things are going to be headed too close to. So just do a good swab. You can see it gets dirty every time you do it. Go ahead and use all 4 of your alcohol swabs just because you got them. So might as well just get them as clean as you possibly can. And 4's always been pretty good for me, pretty good number. I don't think I really need more than 4, but gives you enough to make that surface nice and sticky free from any debris, and allows you to put that velcro in nice and smooth so you don't have any problems down the road.